What is a complete no-no at a wedding?
Before we start, make sure you smash the subscribe button along with the tiny bell icon so you get updated every time we post new videos. Done? Great, let's start this video.
Only Sane One says, announcing your own engagement. Let's go _smokes says, guy the first no drunkenly proposed to his GF baby mama at our mutual friend's wedding, and thought he could just piggyback on and get married right there using the officiant that had already been paid for. Shit you not. She said. No VTAC says, I was genuinely afraid that my best man was going to propose to his GF at my wedding. I made it very clear to everyone in the wedding party that if they saw anyone propose at our wedding or reception, that couple was to immediately be asked to leave and not return. Pretty sure that got the message across. Just a dude of some sort says, texting the best man, make sure your phone is set to silent during the vows. Work Tap says, at my brother's wedding, I was best man on the altar when I realized that I hadn't silenced my phone. What do I do? Everyone is facing my direction, and if I take out my phone to silence it, it looks like I'm checking my texts. So I just prayed nobody would text or call. Complete terror for 20 to 30 minutes. Luckily not a peep from the phone. If you are a wedding planner, please help us idiots by reminding us to silence our phone's smiley face. Mary_C_Gaston says, I went to a wedding a few weeks back and the lady in front of us in the church was wearing the same white, high street store dress that I had bought to wear for my own wedding in October. I'd also seen it worn by a lot of brides from a wedding Facebook group I am a member of too. It was white lace with a tulle skirt and gold embroidery. Basically, it was very bridal. She had random people in the street congratulating her as everyone walked to the reception venue across the village. I found out later on from the bride, she'd been asked by several family members not to wear it and still did. Shenko Wolf says, asking your ex-GF, the bride, for a second chance. Very Lazy Lewis says, tickling the person sat next to you when they say, speak now or forever hold your peace, and everyone turns around. Rhea Redfern says, telling the bride about any hitches in the wedding. At my cousin's wedding, one of the guests told her, the bride, that the buffet was out of roast beef. She's stressed out enough and she doesn't need to know. Somebody else should take care of it. Tell the wedding coordinator or the maid of honor. Row 8880 says, letting your 9-year-old throw a tantrum because he's not the center of attention. I've seen that at not only a wedding, but at a funeral as well. Same kid. Itodaso1 says, don't include the bride's beloved Nana in every round of shots or she might pass out at her table and everyone might think she's dead and get hysterical. Existential Threat says, if there is a professional photographer there, get the hell out of the way. Put up your shitty cell phone with its awful flash. Good money was paid so that they could capture quality images of the event and people constantly jump in front of the photographer and screw up the lighting. Altif says, wearing a white dress. No matter how good you look. I'm looking at you. Kelly Kapoor. Led Frisbee says, the most common issue I have seen IRL is being underdressed. People show up in boots, camo, t-shirts, etc. It's not the end of the world, but if you can't get dressed up for a wedding, what do you dress up for? It's one of the most formal events a normal person will attend. Mossy Bunny says, bringing a child to a child-free wedding. We had a child-free wedding this year. All the guests knew, and then a couple, who we had told personally to not bring their child, turned up with their baby. Really put me in a sour mood with them and caused issues with people asking why their child was allowed but not their own. Butterscotch Fog says, telling embarrassing stories about the bride/groom when you were told not to. Big Housekey says, doing anything that draws attention away from the happy couple and onto you. For example, my cousin came out during his best man's speech during his brother's wedding. Really, you could not let someone have that one day in the spotlight? Draclol says, on the day of my wedding, my caterer tried to hold the food we had already paid for hostage unless we gave her more money right then and there. Don't do that. It's kinda uncool. Luckily she caved when I called the bank to cancel the check I had already given her.